So we're actually on the field pregame, Bills versus Seahawks, Monday night in a few hours. But we're really interested in the technology that's going around the production set. And specifically, we were just talking about the Pylon Cam and how that works. Can you kind of just walk us through like what's going on?
So what we do is we have 4 pylons on the goal line. And there are 4 wires that are magnetically connected to the pylon with 4 cameras inside the pylon. One shooting across the goal line, down each sideline, and straight up. We bury the wires into the field, whether it's artificial or live turf, run it across to the sideline, and then we tie it into a box that gives us, or feeds it back to our truck, and we have full paint control and full control of video levels and such. And these cameras all operate in 1080p.
And so they're actually, the pylons aren't out here yet, but they'll be set up right here, and then are there wires basically right here?
Yep, what we've done is we've worked with the grounds crew, and they create a slit, whether in this case they probably just vacuum out some of the rubber and the sand that they use. They lay it in to that slit, they put the sand and everything back in, and then at the end of the night, we will just peel it right back, it'll come right back up.
You can tell us a little bit about this thing. What is this thing?
This is one of the 4 pylons that has 4 cameras in it. Each one of these is on the goal line, just like you'd see in a regular game, except like there's a camera on 3 sides, total of 4 cameras. Look up the sideline, down the sideline, across the goal line, straight up. They're connected with a little magnetic connector on the bottom. They have the same size, weight, and feel of a regular pylon. And it sits on the field, it gets knocked over, gets disconnected, it stop and play, we'll reconnect it, put it back up. So the officials will actually reset it, we'll reset it and make the connection when play stoppage allows.
Tell me about the thinking, the kind of the philosophy of putting a camera in here and then putting on the field and then eventually sending that feed to viewers. I mean, where does that idea even come from?
Well, I think the original concept of this was, you're looking down the sideline across the goal line. Did the ball cross the plane of the goal? Did he step out of bounds? When they, how many times you've seen a player jumping across the goal line? They're coming right across the top of a pylon. Are they in bounds? Are they out of bounds? They're doing this from about 3 feet from these. So it's a great angle.
And speaking of putting cameras and things, I mean, there could be a day when all the players are wearing cameras too, right?
I suppose anything's possible, but I'm not so sure when that day will come.
Yeah, but we have more devices. They're getting cheaper, easier to put everywhere. I mean, this is maybe an example of what's to come, possibly. Right?
Very well, very much so. I mean, think of the miniaturization. There's 4 1080p cameras inside a pylon, and the way these are designed is, there's a metal frame in here, and then the cameras are installed. This is sent to Gilman, who makes the regular pylons. They then put the foam around it. So it's a Gilman pylon.
With a little bit of tech.
With a lot of tech.
With a lot of tech. I mean, did you even think this when you started at ESPN and started working in the production crew and the set? Did you ever think this would be possible?
Never thought it was possible when I started, but about 5 years ago we started thinking about it. And we had some ideas using what we call eyeball cameras or cue ball cameras, where a little ball turn. But the quality wasn't there, and it just wasn't going to work. And this, for years, it just kind of sat dormant, and then somebody started thinking about it and got some vendors involved, and this is the end result.
There you go. Well, there you go. There's the inside scoop on the pylons, the Pylon Cam specifically. Cool. Thanks, Steve.
You got it.